First, on the Get Educated section, learn about the disease and other important information that will help you and your family. Immerse yourself in understanding the brain impact. Dr. Kevin McCauley has done a fantastic job of clearly illustrating how the brain is affected as the disease of alcoholism and addictions progress in his documentary, Pleasures Unwoven. Now you will learn how excessive alcohol and drug use literally change the connections of the brain. So take 40 minutes and learn how the brain changes and about the recovery process. Second, on the Get a Plan section, get ideas on how best to help yourself and your addicted loved one. Third, on the Get Started section, learn how to regain your emotional sobriety and how to build strength to get through the tough times. And fourth, on the Get Support section, use this website and other tools and resources for your ongoing sanity maintenance. Now you will need your own daily self-care and support to help you stay emotionally sober. Whatever that self-care is, maybe it's meditation, maybe it's working out, maybe it's calling friends, but you're going to need it because remember, this is a one day at a time situation. And I cannot emphasize or impress upon you enough how important it is you learn about this disease and how it affects you and your family. And you're going to do that by really reading through and immersing yourself in the content on this website. So I want to encourage you to set aside uninterrupted time, preferably 1 to 2 hours, take notes, email us, we're happy to help you, but really immerse yourself. That's going to be critical to recovery for both you and your loved one. By immersing yourself in the content, not only will it help you look at your situation differently, it may just save you from wasting tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars on ineffective rehabs and sober living environments. In my experience, this estimated $34 billion industry is filled with many, not all, but some centers that take advantage of families who are at their most vulnerable stage. They know you are ready to do and spend whatever it takes to cure or fix your loved one. So proceed with caution and do your due diligence before writing any big checks or mortgaging your home. Make no mistake, there is not a one and done rehab solution or one size fits all. This will be a lifelong challenge for you and your loved one. If anyone or any treatment center says otherwise, move on. Now, in my experience, a good aftercare support system is critical to your loved one staying sober. This includes lifestyle changes with healthy nutritional changes, psychotherapy, medically supervised treatment, and finding new peers within community support groups like Alcoholics Anonymous. And you will have to do your part in setting and holding your boundaries to not enable. Relapse is unfortunately often part of the recovery process. If you aren't familiar with terms like codependency, enabling, and boundaries, you need to learn them. Codependency is something that happens to us when we have a relationship with an alcoholic or addict. In a crazy way, they become our obsession, our addiction, as we attempt to control and fix them. In fact, enabling is the #1 cause of death for alcoholics and addicts. Setting healthy boundaries for you and your loved one is critical if everyone is to successfully recover. I have also included information on how to do interventions, medications that can help your loved one stay sober, and information on drug courts if your loved one has had legal issues. Drug courts can be very helpful in getting the pieces put back together without lifelong legal consequences that could prevent them from getting employment once they are sober. Finally, I can't impress upon you enough how important it is to treat your loved one as someone who is sick and not a total loser or moral failure. Take the time to get educated about this disease. If they had cancer or diabetes, I'm sure you would be motivated to learn about the disease, so treat this no different. Now, don't get me wrong, it's easy to blame and get resentful, especially when lies, deceit, broken promises, and manipulation have been the norm in your relationship. But remember, they are sick and living in a distorted reality where shame, denial, and putting the blame on everyone else has become their normal way of life and way of survival. It's okay to hate the disease, but don't hate your loved one. They didn't ask for this disease, but they do have a responsibility to get help for it, and you can help them with that. So I just want to remind you that I did this site for you, not for your addicted loved one. I know what it's like to go through it, living and losing your emotional sobriety because of the insanity that this crazy family disease brings into the household. And again, I can't impress upon you enough, this is a family disease and it's going to be the most challenging thing you and your family have ever gone through. And remember, there's not a one and done. Aftercare support is so critical, and therapy on the codependency and the enabling and lack of holding boundaries may be necessary for you and your family to really get through this and help your loved one. In a strange way, the more healthy we get with holding boundaries and not enabling, the better they tend to get. So I just want to encourage you to keep coming back to the daily support section of this website. There we'll have some readings for you that help me immensely. I'm going to share those. Also on the blog, I'm going to have information. I mean, this is an issue massive in scale. I mean, thousands and thousands of people are dying every year, and there's more we can do. And mental illness, homelessness, and substance abuse all tie together, in my opinion. And I don't see it getting any better. It just seems to be getting worse. So my research team and I, we're going to be looking at creative solutions and ideas. I mean, after all, that's what we do here in Silicon Valley. So I've taken up this cause, and I would appreciate your support. And if you want to help more, please email us. We could use it. Like I said, it's an issue massive in scale, and it's going to take a lot of support, a lot more than what I can do as a one-man shop, so to speak. So I wish you all the best in your journey. God bless you, and keep the faith, stay the course. You can come out stronger whether or not your loved one decides to quit using or not. Take care.